Hello lovelies, how are you doing? As you might have guessed by my slightly over the top little tickle here, I'm going to be doing a really fun look today just because in Australia we finally get the release of the new Aladdin movie with Will Smith playing the Genie, and I honestly could not be more excited. So I've pulled out all the blue I could find in my wardrobe. Very sort of miscultured. Got a Murano glass little thing here representing Jasmine's crown, and yeah, some blue earrings which are Turkish, so it's an international kind of representation. But the makeup, I'm going to try and be as on point and try and really try and do justice to the character. She's royalty, she's very independent, so her makeup would probably represent that. It has to be strong, it has to be very individual and smoky, lots of heavy lines, things like that, that we still really enjoy in a lot of those cultures' makeup looks. So here we go, let's give it a try. I'll start off with just some base powder and some contour. I'm just using a little blending brush today. It's a little bit of an experiment, but I really wanted to do some really heavy contouring to really mark out the nose and the cheekbones, but I didn't want it to be harsh lines, so I figured with a blending brush like this I might be able to achieve that, and so far so good. So I will have to blend that out so it's not so stark and visible later, but I really wanted to get those really sharp lines that she's always drawn with. We'll just get started with another fluffy brush and a really beautiful vibrant blue, and I'm just going to pat it on to start with, and then sweeping motions, and we can blend. So this is the look that we have at this stage. So getting that beautiful arced winged look that we want, but with only one colour. So we'll obviously deepen it up and add a bit of character and a bit of dimension in a moment, but beautiful base colour. Definitely on point with Princess Jasmine. Alright, so now we've got the two eyes looking the same with the base colour. I didn't think we needed a transition colour for this look because it's all about the brightness. So I'm pretty happy so far with how this is going. And I'm just going to go for a shimmery navy blue now, which is, you know, you could use a matte, it's fine. And we're just going to take a little brush like this and little tiny circles only in the crease, in the corner, and right above the crease at the corner. Okay, so looking like that. So as you can see straight away, comparing to the first eye, you still get that same just blue look, but this looks deeper, brighter, bolder, and definitely a lot more dimension there, and we're starting to get that V forming as well. So for this part you can blend as much or as little as you like, so it's same circle motions. The longer you stay there and do those motions, the more combined the two shades will become. But yeah, so far pretty happy with the shape it's giving. Definitely lifts giving him a bit of a big look. Yay, so on to the next bit. Oh, this is the part I'm really looking forward to. So I actually tried something a little bit similar yesterday, because if I had a black kohl pencil this would be really super easy, but I don't, and I don't need one. I'm actually at the very end of my regular waterproof black pencil, and all I'm going to do is just little strokes. So just little strokes until I get the shape that I want. There we are. So generally speaking, I'm trying to meet it up with the end of my eyebrow, but other than that, imaginary connection, you can make it as big or as small of a wing that you like. Right, so next I've taken a little brush like this, anything that's soft, dense, and got a bit of a defined edge. It doesn't have to necessarily be on an angle, as long as it's something that you can sort of control to draw with. I'm just going to jump into a nice shimmery black, just that one there. And what I'm going to do is a bit of a tricky technique, I think. Tricky to explain anyway. So what I'm going to try and do is copy the line that I did with the pencil, but with powder, and draw in a V. There we go. And I'm going to go back to my little navy blue brush and just ever so lightly little circles again, so we don't get this harsh edge. there we are. Pretty excited about this. So if you did have a kohl pencil, which is a pencil like this, so it kind of looks like a crayon, it draws like a crayon, but it's kind of even sticky, just like a kid's crayon basically, in texture and feel and all that sort of stuff. You can definitely smoke out with just that, but a fine pencil and powder did the job quite well. Very cool. Okay, just adding a little bit of powder under the eye just to clean up a little bit and just to brighten up this section a little bit better than I had done before, because I'm going to do the under eye colour now. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. I've got this beautiful liquid jewel. I think it was a limited thing that Nutrimex did, but any shiny liquid liner, look at that. It's very metallic kind of looking. You can definitely do this with a wet brush and some beautiful shadows, but I'm just going to really redefine the under eye portion. So now that I've got those two lines as a guide, and they're going to be a beautiful glistening navy, almost black looking line there, I can take my navy blue again and just smoke it out ever so slightly. So I'm not blending or smudging, I'm just sort of adding dimension, I guess. Now if you do it the other way around, you'll end up with a very defined line over a powder, which is also fine, but that's not what I'm going for. Okay, the next thing I definitely want to do is finish off with a bit of pencil again, just on the wet line. I've already done my highlight on the brow and cheek. I'm going to use a different colour for the inner corner. I'm going to actually go back into my navy blue brush, which still has a little bit of product on it, and add just a very light blue. To finish the face, I'm going to bronze first, so really at the edges of the hairline. I'm using upwards motions to bronze the cheek, just to blend the contour as well. I have found that putting the bronzer on first helps to blend the blush a little bit more easily, probably why I'm starting to use blush a little bit more and more, because there's nothing worse when there's just a blob of pink or red in the wrong spot. So I'm just going to go in with a very, very basic, very cool pink colour, just to brighten up these cheeks, just to be a little bit more youthful, and I don't know, I think it just suits. So the colour I'm going for is this pink here. Pretty happy with that. Let's do a nice pinky nude lip and then we'll be done. So I did a nude liner, then filled it in with a pink nude but shimmery lipstick called Cupcake. And then I just did a little bit of a nude, completely nude in the corners, just to sort of define the two areas of the lip. If you make the outside of the lip a slightly, just ever so slightly different colour, especially if you go a bit darker on the outside or a bit dimmer on the outside and a bit brighter or cooler or lighter on the inside, then you end up with this sort of pouty look, more than your natural lips might be. And you didn't even have to overline too much. Pretty happy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed turning into Princess Jasmine with me today. Please hit like and subscribe and leave me a comment. And as always, thank you so much for coming along on the journey with me. It's really great to have you. And I hope to see you on my socials or on the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye!